price predictions, right? Because I hear a lot of people talking about different price predictions, and I want to say what I think is going to happen, which is what most likely will happen, right? Now, first, let's listen to Dan Moorhead, what he thinks about Bitcoin price.
But you're 745,000. I mean, I heard 13 million from Michael Saylor the other day.
I think it can go. It's going up 3 orders of magnitude since we launched our fund. I think it could go up a fourth, and that puts it at 15 trillion market cap, which it still seems relatively small versus 500 trillion of financial assets. That's doable.
So Dan Moore said his price prediction is over 700,000 for Bitcoin, which is doable over time. And I think that's what he's saying as well, that it's doable over time. And Michael Saylor's price prediction is a little bit more insane. It's $13 million, which is also doable over time. But the timeline that matters for most people is this bull run that we're in right now is 2025. How much will Bitcoin be 2025? That's what most people care about, not these price predictions that will happen over time, but that are not, they're not happening anytime soon. We've got it's another bear cycle, then another moon cycle. If you look at what happened the last cycle in 2017, 2018, the top was $20,000, right? And then 4 years after, the next top was 2021, and the top was $69,000. Now, if you do the math on that, that's a 3.5x. And what we know is that these returns diminish over time. So let's say they don't, let's say they diminish, say to 3x, right? That means that we can have a top of $210,000 for Bitcoin, right? But I think that they're not going to, I think that it's going to be a lot less. Let's say we get a 2x for Bitcoin from top to top. That's $140,000 Bitcoin. Now that's a much more realistic range of the top for 2025. That's anywhere between, if I had to tell you what I think anywhere between 100,000 to 200,000. That's where I think the top lies. But the number one thing to look out for when the top happens is the timeline. Once we start to hit April, I know some people are talking about going towards the end of the year, but once we start to hit April, if you want to make it in this run, you've got to start thinking about a strategy to take out profits. Now, if you're in crypto, you're obviously in this because you believe this is the future of finance and all that. So even though you pull out some profits next year, you obviously are not going to kill your entire position, right? And if you've never made that mistake before, don't make it this time. Because one of the bad things about pulling out your entire position is that you can have your target price. Let's say you have your target price of $200,000 Bitcoin, right? Say, oh, $200,000 Bitcoin is the top. And then you pull out all your money. Then Bitcoin, some black swan event happens, it hits 600,000. Then you start regretting. Because I'm talking in terms of Bitcoin. But if you think altcoins will obviously outperform Bitcoin. If we're talking about a $600,000 Bitcoin, rest assured, Pulse Chain has done mad gains on top of that. Rest assured, Ethereum has done even much more mad gains on top of that. So you don't want to pull out your entire position. You are in this because this is the future of finance, right? And you also, so some of that hopium that people give when they tell you that, oh, we're going to $1 million, we're going to 500,000, we're going to 10 million is good because it allows you to stick in the game. So that's the good part of it. But you have to stick to the game, but you also have to take profits. That's important. It's important to stick to the game. It's also important to take out some of those gains so that you win as well. You don't want to be crying during the bear cycle, right? But either way, I'm going to be here for the bull run, the entirety of it, and I'm going to be there for the bear as well when the bear comes too. Because if we're hitting a top, and because the game is significantly changed, right? Now, for now, I do go degen sometimes, but the game is changed a lot. But I think when we hit the top now, the game is just going to be taking profits and then start to dollar cost average throughout the entirety of the bear. So at some point in 2025, the DCA game will be switched on. The dollar cost average will be switched on in 2025 at high prices, 2026, 2027, 2028, and then 2029 profit taking again. This has to be a long game. But all in all, my price predictions, I think that some of these crazy price predictions can get you carried away, but you've got to think about it long term, right? That, okay, look, yes, we might hit these numbers, but we're not hitting them so soon. Maybe 2029, that's what we're talking about, a $600,000 Bitcoin or maybe a $500,000 Bitcoin. But then the cycle after that, that's when we're not talking about $1 million Bitcoin. But that's years from now. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.